Day 2 Sea Otter Classic in California. Sun is out, and today we're going to bring you more bikes, more tech and more characters from the Sea Otter Classic. Now, Fantic have massive history in the off-road world. They've been making motorcycles since 1968. But this bike has really grabbed my attention here at the Sea Otter Festival. It's called the Carbon One, and obviously it's a carbon bike, front triangle. It's got aluminium chainstay and seatstay on it, 160mm travel. But I want to go through the spec on this bike, which really is quite special. It's got an Alchemist wheel set on there, which is 30mm internal width rim up front and a 35mm rim on the rear. What's really cool is the fact that if you break a spoke, you can simply detach it and pull that spoke out and fit it back in an instant. Okay, so what powers this bike then? What gives it its assistance? Well, it's a Bros mag motor on this bike. But the key thing is, it's got a 630 watt-hour battery. But look how small it is. It's quite similar in size to, say, a Bosch 500 watt-hour battery. And you can imagine fitting a couple of those in your backpack and going on a massive, massive ride. A few other details on the bike, the display there, it's got 4 levels of assistance and that super neat setup. RockShox Lyric 460mm travel, Hope brakes, British-made Hope brakes, 200mm rotors on there. Now, Fantic are aiming this to challenge the Specialized S-Works. The bike comes in at $12,000. Few geometry numbers before we leave it. 464mm chainstay, 75° seat angle and a 65° head angle. Now, what I didn't mention on the top of the range bike is it actually comes with a 29-inch front and a 27.5-inch wheel on the rear, just as a lot of e-mountain bikes are here at Sea Otter. Now, if you haven't got $12,000 to play with, how about this at $7,999? It's their 180mm travel bike. It's got a coil shock in the rear and an air Lyric up front. Mavic wheel set, the new Mavic EXM wheel set on here. I just want to show you how easy it is to detach this battery on this bike. So just pull it out and pop it out, and there it is, 630 watt-hour battery. Big news from FSA is they're actually coming out with an e-bike specific wheel set around about July, August time this year. Now, not only they can do wheels, they've got this massive range of cranks, spiders, e-bike specific chains, but look at this catalogue. Inside here you have everything to do with the Bosch motor, you've got everything to do with a Bros motor, Yamaha motor, they've got cranks, chain rings. Wow, that is pretty comprehensive. So check out, if you ever need any parts, FSA are the guys to go to. Now, this bike really has caught my eye and also my senses too, because it's actually a speed pedelec, 45 kilometers an hour. I've just given it a spin and it's absolutely, totally silent. It's got a Bros mag motor in there. It's called a Zell from M1 Sport Technique. It's full carbon frame hardtail. But what I can't get my head around is actually the price on this bike. Full carbon frame, 4,600 euros. Honestly, check it out, super, super silent. Yeah, I'm sat down again, but this time I'm at the Ergon stand getting my bum measured for a saddle width. Now, Ergon do 2 e-bike specific saddles, or should I say 2 sizes of e-bike specific saddles for male and female. Check them out. Michelin, I don't know how you say it in America. Anyhow, they've got an e-bike specific wheel. The E-Wild comes in 2.6 or 2.8, that's 27.5. They weigh in at 1220 for the rear and 1,000 grams for the front. Well, can you actually imagine being a 12 to 14-year-old and owning one of these bikes? It's a Bulls 24E. It's got a Bosch active line motor in here, which is actually toned down a little bit so those younger riders can get into the sport a little bit easier. Hydraulic disc brakes, suspension fork up front, comes in at $2,900. Super, super cool. Moving on to something a little bit more adult. This is the Bulls E-Core Evo. Now, it's 180mm travel. The interesting thing about this bike, it's actually got 2 375 watt-hour batteries on it. And they bolt in very easily on the side of the down tube there. Now, Bulls actually say the range on this bike is between 80 to 90 miles. That is bonkers. However, what I'm thinking is that you can actually fit one of them into your backpack really easily and take the range on your e-mountain bike beyond 100 miles. Nuts. Moving on to something with maybe a little less range. This is the Wildflow Evo. Now this has got the FSA motor in it, 250 watt motor with a 250 watt hour battery. Remember, because there's less power on this bike, actually the range is pretty good in it too. And the battery being like that small, you can fit loads of those into your backpack. This bike comes in at around $7,000. Now, it's no secret that we do actually break quite a lot of e-mountain bike chains while we're out and about. Yesterday I was at the KMC stand and I was maybe a little bit hasty with what we talked about on the e-bike chains. So I'm now with Adrian Blyler,
yes,
right? And you're the man behind a new e-bike specific chain, right?
Yes.
So Adrian, talk us through the manufacturing processes involved here with these two chains.
So, well, the main thing is we've had 9, 10, and 11 speed chains for the past year, e-bike specific. So we have had e-bike specific chains before, but it was mainly durability treatment, so to the pins and rollers to make the chains last longer. But we realized with the stronger motors, there's more torsional stress put through these motors and the system in general. So we had to upgrade the pins because there were a lot of chain failures, like you said, that are just twisting and popping off.
Well, yeah, I mean, hill climbing, we're doing these crazy hill climbs.
Exactly.
And a lot of people who maybe do not know how to use an e-bike motor as well.
Exactly.
I can see it happening.
Well, we noticed it with novices and like veterans alike. Everybody was just, we call it Superman shifting. So they're going uphill because it feels like you're on flat, so you're shifting like this. We've all been taught not to shift like that, but I mean, e-bikes are different. So what we had to do is we upgraded the pins, and it's a completely new riveting process that we call shield technology. And it's a spinning rivet that actually draws out the rivet to make it 10% bigger. And
it actually looks bigger than 10% bigger.
Well, I mean, it is definitely more beefy.
Yeah, totally.
But the key is the pin power to push out the pin. So our standard chains are 400 kgf, and the new e-bikes are 450.
I don't actually know what kgf is.
Kilograms of force to push the chain out.
Right.
So the new pins, it takes that much more, and I mean 50 kilograms of force is a huge, very big.
Is this going to take a different chain breaker?
No, it does not. You can still use a chain breaker, you just got to give it a little extra oomph. And so I do the OEM side of the business, and so all my customers, Specialized, Trek, those guys. Specialized, for example, they're using 100% of our e-bike chains on single to 11 speed. Mm-hmm. So I mean, just to have these kind of brands behind us already pushing this on the OEM side is huge.
So are we going to see these chains on the new edition Levos then, right? Well, these aren't already on them.
No, these will be on the Giant bikes for Model Year 20, and then for Model Year 21, definitely we're going to do a big push for the E12 because they are brand new. So I just got this chain about a week ago.
Oh, wow. So when are we going to be able to buy these chains and have spares in our toolkits?
That's a very good question. I mean, Europe has a big push for the e-bike stuff, so you'll be seeing them very soon there. Okay. So that's why it's got the more ghetto label on it for now.
Right. Adrian, thanks so much. And sorry guys for not bringing you the full story yesterday on our Sea Otter special. Why not get a chain ring at the same time? These are approved by Bosch. These are Gen 3 Bosch chain rings, and there's a standard one and there's a 3mm offset one. So where can we get these from actually?
Everywhere.
Everywhere?
Yep. There
you go, they're available everywhere. And maybe even a Gen 4 Bosch, but we won't show you that. Now, we get asked a lot about what length crank to ride on your e-mountain bike. For some people, they like to have short cranks because they might have low bottom brackets, so they want to avoid pedal strikes with the ground. Praxis do a great range of aftermarket cranks. They're full carbon, and they come for FSA, Specialized, Bros, Yamaha and Bosch motors. What's really cool of them, they got some aluminium, or should I say aluminum broaching on the pedal end and also on the motor interface down the bottom there. So there you go, check out Praxis cranks. So 165, 175, and I think they might have some 160mm cranks coming in the future. Now, steel is a great material to use on a mountain bike, and if used correctly can give you less fatigue than say an overly stiff carbon fibre or aluminium bike. Now, this is a prototype pine mountain at the Marin stand. It's got loads of nice eyelets and lugs there for bolt-on bags and racks. And this bag here can actually take an extra battery for those big days out in the hills. It's got Marin's own handlebar on there. It's got plus tyres, 27.5, 130mm travel fork up front. Shimano E8000 motor. Marin also do an aluminium mountain bike. This is a hardtail with 140mm fork up front. It's called the Nail Trail. It comes in at $34.99. It's great. Marin seem to have come a long way since their first bikes from the 90s, right? Deity components have actually moved from Portland, Oregon to Boise in Idaho. You might recognize the copperhead stem there. It comes as stock on a Turbo Levo. But there's loads of other cool products in here. These new grips here are going to be coming on the Levo next year. I like these bars over here. Look, let's check out this bar. I mean, everyone likes to color coordinate their e-mountain bikes. I think that would go particularly well on the Turbo Levo, I reckon. But loads of other stuff here, some cool pedals. I like these black cats, flat pedals, loads of colorways, cool stuff. Nice work, Deity.
Wow, this is quite an interesting combination here at the Bosch booth. We've got Klaus Fleischer, who's the CEO of Bosch. Klaus, what's going on here then?
Yeah, we have Troy Lee over here at our booth, and he's signing some helmets, and this is a prototype. This is a new color for this season, and I will wear this later at the race, the e-mountain bike race here.
Okay. You going to win the race? Troy, I know you're a big e-bike fan. Have you been riding the bike lately?
About 6 days a week. I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Try to do it before I go to work every day for a couple hours, and yeah, it's a blast.
Right. Cool.
Yeah, super fun.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Katie, Amos, tubeless tyres are a nightmare to fit. Looks like you've got some kind of system going on here. Talk us through it.
We do. We've got what you would call a CO2 cartridge on steroids. Some people have referred to it as. So rather than, a pump, which we've got that you could quickly seat it, or an air compressor.
That doesn't look like a very cheap pump, that.
It's a lovely pump, and it does everything. But yeah, it runs about $160 here in the US. So our thought was, let's make something that any person can use. If you've got a floor pump at home, and you can get it up to 160 is the ideal, then you can use this product as kind of your own mini air compressor.
Get those tires up quickly.
Yeah, exactly, because you're right, it can take a while, and also, someone said, my wife hates when I see the tubeless tires because the air compressors go off, or, wakes up the kids, or whatever. So anybody then can do it themselves. So
go on then, let's see you do it.
Yeah,
let's see you do it. Go on, Amos, go on, Amos. I thought you said this was easy. Easy.
Oh, look, he's not even sweating.
Right, here we go.
Now we finished the air recharge to 160 psi with the track pump. Then we can use these holes to attach with any of your tubeless tires, like this.
Tubeless tire.
And then here you can see there's a selector here. We just dial it to the inflate mode. Here.
Sorry about the noise in the background.
Yeah. You see it?
It's like a dance party while we're inflating.
Okay, let's go.
Boom! Or not boom!
So, in this inflate mode, when you finish it, then you can directly keep on pumping.
Fine tune?
Yeah, to do the fine tune.
Are these on the market at the moment?
So that the Tubi Booster is, and now we're coming out with the Tubi Booster X, which will be out on the market approximately next spring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So check out Topeak. Thanks, guys, so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
It must be incredibly difficult choosing your first ever e-mountain bike. Do you go for something which is more city commuting oriented but can still go on fire roads, or do you go for something full on downhill territory, 200mm travel front and rear, and something you could take anywhere in the world? But it doesn't just stop there. When you go into the shorter mid-travel bikes, this is a 160mm X-Dura all-mountain 6. It's got Fox 36 forks. But then maybe you want a RockShox fork and you go for a 150mm travel bike. This is the X-Dura Full 7 LT. Then of course you've got 120mm travel bikes, which are more for single track and fire roads, and a 180mm travel X-Dura Enduro, which is the kind of bike that we use on EMBN. Wow, that was a hot old day here at the Sea Otter Festival in Monterey. Great to see so many e-bike products on the market. If you want to see more stuff, check out what we did yesterday in day one. In the meantime, get involved in the comments down below. Don't forget you can like, share and subscribe to EMBN.